Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Me Calling Games. I am Dr. Delay, starting late as always, and today we have NL versus AL as the Cincinnati Reds take on the Detroit Tigers. And again, I'm Dr. Delay. I've been doing this for a while, so hopefully, if you like what you see, you hit that subscribe button. As, again, I've been doing this for a little bit. Hopefully it's a good game today. We've had some low-scoring affairs as of late. I'm hoping that this one's going to be more of a high-scoring game. I guess we'll find out today again. Detroit, being the home team, they're going to send out their pitcher and defense first. Jack Flaherty's going to be the starting pitcher for the Tigers. Flaherty with a 5-6 record, 3.41 ERA, and a whip of 1.07. As he's going to face Friedl here to begin this one. TJ Friedl, he is batting .294 on the year, OPS of .832, 8 home runs, and 26 RBIs. Very solid for TJ Friedl as he is stepping into the box. We're about to get underway here in Detroit as Flaherty delivers the first pitch of the game. That's going to be on the outside corner for a called strike. Despite the 46-25 record, Flaherty enters with a 5-6 record as Friedl hits this to center. And it's caught by Meadows for out number 1. So one away here in the top of the first. That's going to bring up Gavin Lux. Lux, the former Dodger, he's batting .276, OPS of .748, 2 home runs, and 27 RBIs. So Flaherty delivers. That's going to be outside for a called strike. Look at that. Right on the outside corner, so I guess it wasn't really outside. Flaherty delivers the 0-1, and this is going to be chopped to second. Torres throws to first for out number 2. So 4 pitches, 2 outs for Flaherty, and that's going to bring up the rising superstar, Ellie De La Cruz, batting .267, OPS of .824, 14 home runs, and 46 RBIs. He has 20 stolen bases as well, caught stealing 6 times. Not too bad. Flaherty gets ready here to face De La Cruz here in the top of the first. Flaherty delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So actually got some votes here, and right now it is split 50-50. Feel free to vote down below. Who do you think is going to win today, Reds or Tigers? Tigers winning yesterday, as here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Tigers with the, I think they're the best record in the major leagues. I believe they've had that for a while. I don't think I've refreshed this. Let me refresh it here. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Looking here at the NL, Mets at 45-25. Yeah, no, Tigers up by a half a game there as far as best record in the major leagues. Here is the 1-2. That one is popped up. That might stay in play in foul territory, and it is caught for out number 3 by the first baseman, Colt Keith. So, very quick half inning there, so we'll head to the bottom of the first. Your score, Reds 0, Tigers 0. And again, hopefully you like what you see, and if you're a first-time visitor here, you'll hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps. Been doing this for a good bit. Just here's some proof. This is my 48th baseball game of the year. So again, I've been doing this since opening day, so hopefully that 48, obviously I can't do it every day. As of lately, I have been, since I've been off in the evenings now. So I've been able to get in at least one game every day. So hopefully, again, that's enough commitment there. I haven't really done these games. Reds are 2-0 when I call a game for them. Tigers 2-1. Doctor, how do you feel about the White Sox Connect jerseys this year? To be honest, I haven't checked them out. So let me go ahead. And we were talking about the Redskins helmet last night on the Boston Yankees game. White Sox Connect jerseys. To be honest, no, I didn't even know about them. So thank you for, of course, stopping by, Draven. Again, we are in between innings. That's why I'm kind of the red and black. I don't know. I guess it's like the Bulls, huh? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't really like it, to be honest with you. I mean, it's neat. I don't know. White Sox are black and white, you know? I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. Every once in a while, I think they'd be a nice change of pace, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Thank you, of course, for the question. Stephanie Cummings, thank you for stopping by. Was Bill Gluckson a better pitcher, the Reds or the Tigers? I have a feeling, again, yeah, you're married to Sean. Bill Gluckson here. That is a name I've never heard of in my life. As we are returning to action, I'll get back to that question shortly, as we're going to go ahead and look at the pitcher for the Reds here. As Brady Singer's the pitcher. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Singer with a 6-4 record, 4.59 ERA, whip of a 1.35. And here's the 0-1, and that's going to be on the inside corner for a called strike. Parker Meadows is the batter. He is batting 171 OPS of 618, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. That's going to be inside for a ball. Now back to Gluckson here. He said better on the Reds or the Tigers. Look at that. Reds and Tigers fans love this question. Here's the 1-2. Inside, strike 3 called. So Meadows goes down on strikes. Pretty good on the Reds. Played longer on Detroit. I would say Reds with the 3.98 ERA there. Looks like in Detroit he was kind of on his last legs. Did have 20 wins in Detroit that one year. So good question there. That's going to bring up Gleyber Torres. In an alternate reality, the Pirates spent money and got him on the Pittsburgh Pirates, but that didn't happen. That's going to be outside ball 1. Batting 271, OPS of 787, 7 home runs and 33 RBIs for Gleyber Torres this year. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss strike. I don't mind, but it's weird to see. Yeah, I guess that's kind of my thoughts on it, you know. You know, it's neat to have other, you know, colors. Like for the cities, that's outside for a ball, 2-1. Like, I don't know. I guess I would have liked to see like the Chicago Bears colors, you know. That would have been neat. Of course, we are talking about the Chicago Bears now in front of Detroit, possibly Detroit fans. They're probably not liking it. I'm trying to bury the hatchet with Detroit fans, you know. May have said some things about Stafford in the past. I'm a changed man. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be low for ball 3. So 3-1 count here against Gleyber Torres. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center, and that is caught for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Kerry Carpenter. Carpenter batting 264, OPS of 775, 13 home runs, and 27 RBIs on the year. Maybe, I don't know. Again, like I think I would have preferred to see like the Bears colors, but that's going to be in there for a called strike. But then again, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's the right choice. What's up, Luis? How's it going? Thank you for stopping by as always. That's going to be checked his swing there, but he went strike 2. 0-2 count to Carpenter. Very quick half inning, and looking like this one will be just as quick. Singer delivers. That's going to be hit to left in foul territory. Lux running and making the catch for out number 3. So we head to the top of the second. Your score is 0-0. And again, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. Been doing this again since opening day. This is my 48th game of the year. It is my 3rd Reds game and 4th Tigers game. So hopefully you like what you see and hit that subscribe button. And then, of course, if you're a UFL fan or, Detroit has, the Michigan Panthers going to the UFL Championship tonight. So, again, if you're a Tigers fan and you also happen to be a football fan, Michigan Panthers, whatever, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Ironically, Detroit also has the preseason game, so look at that. Perfect. I did not plan that. That is just the way it works. But, again, if you're a football fan, I think this will be a good channel for you later down the road, as I'll be doing multiple games every Saturdays and Sundays, and you guys will have a lot of choices. You guys will vote on games that I do. Due up for the Reds is going to be Tyler Stevenson. He's a long-time Red. Well, maybe not as long time as I thought, since 2020. I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional. Anyway, he's batting .256, OPS of 777, 5 home runs, and 18 RBIs for Tyler Stevenson this year. And, of course, following him will be Benson and Steer. As, again, the Reds trying to stay at 500. Looks like the Tigers are now taking the lead in the polls, 75%. So 3 votes to 1. Tigers winning today. I think out of all the Detroit teams, Red Wings might be my favorite. Well, they beat the Penguins. I think it was in 08, right? They beat the Penguins in 08, so that's the only reason why I don't like the Red Wings. So I don't know if I could cheer for the Red Wings. I draw the line. They beat us. Well, again, I don't hold the Packers to any ill. As Stevenson goes to the plate, that's going to be outside for ball 1. So 0-1 count here. Flaherty sets and delivers. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. I don't know what it is, but the last few games, these games have been very quick, not much offense in them. So hopefully it changes with this one. But so far in the first inning went really quickly. I just bumped my chin with this mic. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 3 pitches, 1 out. Maybe Pistons. I have no reason to dislike them. Yeah, Pistons, they're okay. I'm glad they're not as bad anymore as they were. Benson batting .244, OPS of 809, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. Very first and the only year I played Little Dribblers for basketball, we called ourselves the Pistons. We are the Pistons. Here's the pitch to Benson, and that's going to be in there, a called strike. They actually took away the strike zone on the screen, so now I have to wait for the umpire. Here is the 0-1 to Benson. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Might have to go to the Detroit broadcast to see the strike zone. 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. So 1-2 count here to Benson. 1 out here in the top of the second. 0-0 is your score. Flaherty delivers the 1-2. That's going to be hit to left. Perez calls it off and makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 away here in the top of the second. That's going to bring up Steer. That is Spencer Steer. He's batting .225, OPS of 610, 4 home runs, and 21 RBIs on the year. Flaherty delivers. That's going to be outside ball 1. So 1-0 count here to Spencer Steer. Flaherty working pretty quickly. I like that. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Again, last few games that I've called have just been low-scoring affairs. And both pitchers seemingly hot out of the gate. As, again, very quick first inning. Here's the 1-1. That's right down the middle for strike two. So 1-2 count to Spencer Steer. Flaherty delivers the 1-2. Ooh, that's just outside ball two. Again, they don't really have the, I guess that was pretty far outside when I'm looking at it there on the screen there. They don't have the strike zone. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be chopped to third. Throws to first for out number 3. So very quickly, we move on to the bottom of the second. Your score is still 0-0. And again, if you do like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps. Again, I've been doing this since opening day, so hopefully that's good enough for you. Obviously, it's a lot of Pirates games, but I do bounce around depending on what you guys like. As if you scroll to the top, you'll see that I have done, this is my third Reds game and fourth Tigers game. Reds are 2-0 when I call a game for them. Tigers are 2-1. So, I guess something on the line there for the Reds. If they lose, they'll, 1, lose when I call a game, so that'll be the first time. And then 2, they'll dip below 500. And ironically, if the Tigers lose, then they would be 500 when I call a game. So maybe I'm a curse to the Tigers. I don't know. Also, I'll be doing the UFL game tonight. Had a lot of success with last weekend's Defenders Battlehawks game. So hopefully, if you got nothing going on later and you can't watch the game for whatever reason, I got you covered. Or you can have the game on and I'll just be calling the game as well. And then, of course, NFL preseason is right around the corner. It really does appear that I'm appealing to Detroit here. It's just the way it worked out. Detroit Lions, Michigan, and Detroit Tigers. But, yeah, no, I'll be doing the Hall of Fame and obviously college football later down the road. So hopefully I will see you guys there. At least 2 games every Saturday and Sunday. But obviously I'll keep on doing baseball until the regular season is done, and then a little bit of playoff baseball as well. So hopefully I see you there. Due up for the Tigers is going to be Riley Green, Dingler, and Keith. You'll see them here in the bottom of the second. We'll go ahead and look at Riley Green's stats. He is batting .279, OPS of .832, 14 home runs, and 48 RBIs on the year. As we're returning to action here. Again, feel free to vote. Got a poll up. Reds, Tigers. Tigers still at 75%. As here's the first pitch. That's going to be fouled back. I might actually have to switch broadcast. The lack of a strike zone. I guess we're spoiled. Once you get me used to something here, I'll do that in between. That's what I'll do. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. So it's strike 2. Green having a great... Yeah, he is. Been fantastic. A big reason why the Tigers are where they are. Here is the 0-2. That's upstairs for ball 1. 1-2 count. Singer at 15 pitches. Here's the 1-2. Inside, almost hit him for a ball. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 3. So 3-2 count. Singer sets. And delivers. Checked his swing. And he went. And Green did not agree. Oh, I'd like to see this angle. It didn't look like initially, but, you know, I guess we'll find out. And they're not showing it. There we go. All right, here's the angle. Oh! I don't think he went there, to be honest with you, but they didn't agree, so he is called out there. That's going to bring up Dylan Dingler as he sees the first pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Lux throws to first for out number 2. Dingler was batting .283, OPS of .768, 7 home runs, 29 RBI, so that average and OPS will go down a little bit. And that's going to bring up Colt Keith. He is batting .243, OPS of .714, 4 home runs, and 19 RBIs. So here's the pitch to Keith, and that's going to be low for ball 1. Just below the knees there. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit left and fouled. So 1-1 to Keith. 46-25. I mean, it's very impressive. Hopefully for Tigers fans, of course, and honestly everyone else, that they can keep it up, because that's a swing and a miss strike too. They definitely are surprising many, with this very, very great start to the year, that are continuing to do so as we're about to be at the halfway point. About a week and a half from now, we will be at 81 games. Here's the 1-2. Checked his swing. Did not go. So 2-2 count to Colt Keith. Singer delivers the 2-2. That's low for ball 3. So 3-2 count here to Keith. So here's the pitch. That's going to be hit up the middle, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So the first hit of the day for either team, brought to you by Colt Keith, and that's going to bring up Wenceel Perez. He is batting, apparently didn't click. He is batting .283, OPS of 885, 3 home runs and 5 RBIs on the year. The most surprising team this season are the Giants. Oh, they are also up there as well. That's going to be hit to first, and what a play by Steer as he snags it and steps on the bag. So, nothing doing there for the Tigers as they were able to get the first hit of the day. But the next pitch is an out. So we head to the top of the third inning. Your score 0-0. And yeah, no, you're right. You could also make an argument that so I'll move over this. They are leading a division. Oh, they are leading the division. Oh, yeah, they're tied with it. Yeah, look at that. Tied with the Dodgers. But also you can make an argument the Orioles are pretty, they're surprising as well. I mean, look at that, 28-40. I don't think anyone expected that. That is very surprising. Cubs, I think most people thought the Cubs would be good. Maybe not that good. I mean, there's a lot of surprising teams, to be honest with you. It's a good baseball season. Mets, they're doing their thing. Phillies trying to right the ship after about a week or two of bad baseball there. The Braves also kind of falling off the face of the earth, though they are expected to be, looking at their runs, 36 and 32. They don't have big stars. Yeah, that's a very good point. Again, as you mentioned, the Giants 41-29, they still keep winning. Of course, that pitching, only allowing 248 runs. I mean, that is some good stuff there. Great pitching there from San Francisco. The Padres, they're still there. They're doing well. Diamondbacks, they don't know how to pitch, but they definitely can hit. So, a lot of surprises around the major leagues. As Trevino, Fraley, and McLean will be due up here for the Reds. Let's look at Jose. Orioles are a big disappointment. Yes. Braves, their pitching is terrible. Just not a good... For some teams to have really good surprises, I guess you need some teams to have some, disappointing seasons. Trevino's batting .292, OPS of .818. As here's the first pitch, that's going to be in there, called strike. 4 home runs and 13 RBIs for Jose Trevino. So 0-1 count. Flaherty delivers. That's going to be low for ball 1. So 1-1 count. To Trevino. Flaherty delivers the 1-1, and that's going to be low for ball 2. So 2-1 count. Flaherty delivers the 2-1, and that's going to be in there, a called strike. I forgot to switch it over to the Tigers broadcast. Dang it. Dang it. What an idiot I am. 2-2 count. I've not seen such a solid Yankees team in years, so I think either them or Tigers will face the Dodgers. So you think the Dodgers are going to go to the end? Okay. Well, I mean, they are the favorite. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be low for ball 3. I think it's kind of wide open. I still think the NL. AL, yeah, I mean, there's, Yankees and Tigers. No one else is really. I mean, I guess the Astros are kind of getting a little bit hot now. They're 39 and 30. They're only a few games back. As here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that one is fouled. The NL, I feel like anyone. I mean, Cubs. I mean, the Mets, the Phillies, Dodgers, Giants, Padres. I mean, the Diamondbacks. I still feel like if they could get in the playoffs, they could literally beat anybody. They could beat anybody, and they can lose to anybody. Here's the 3-2. Checked his swing. He did not go, so Trevino walks to begin the top of the third. And that's going to bring up, I believe this is Jake Fraley. Yeah, that is Jake. He is batting .214 OPS of .719, 5 home runs, and 14 RBIs on the year. So Flaherty sets, runner on first here in the top of the third, nobody out. As here's the pitch, that's going to be outside for ball 1. Flaherty wanted the call. Pirates easily? Yeah. I mean, I forgot to mention the Pirates. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about the Pirates. Pirates are what? What are we, like 71-0? 1-0 count here. That's going to be low for strike 1. He didn't like the call. Pirates, yeah, no, they're 71-0. I mean, no one talks about the Pirates for some reason. I don't understand. I really hope the Padres make it, but they need to be at their A game. You could argue that for any team, really. Here's the 1-1. And that's going to be in at the knees, strike 2. As Fraley didn't like that one as well. It's going to ask for time. Now, Draven's right on it. Pirates are the most slept-on team in the entire major league, 71-0. And yet, for some reason, it shows that they're only at 29 wins. I don't understand that. 29-42. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt. Did he go? He did not. So 2-2 count. Yeah, I don't understand why MLB.com has the Pirates at 29-42. That's kind of confusing. 2-2 count here. Flaherty sets. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to first, and that one is just foul. Oh, man, that would have, at minimum, moved Trevino to third. Yeah, Skeens definitely doesn't have a losing record with a 1.81 ERA or something. Hello, Mr. Sports. Yeah, no, I guess you can call that me. I prefer Dr. Sports, but hey, that'll work. Thank you for stopping by, Coffee. Wow, that one was really close. Very close to over the bag there. That's going to be the dirt ball 3. 3-2 count here. To Fraley, runner on first, top of the third, nobody out. 0-0 is your score. Flaherty delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Fraley goes down, and that's going to bring up McClain. Matt McClain. He is batting .185, OPS of .590, 7 home runs, and 22 RBIs. Dr. Sports. Dr. Pepper versus Pepsi. Which is the best? It's definitely Dr. Pepper. I do love Pepsi. Pepsi's solid, but Dr. Pepper is king. As here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I don't know why I have a bunch of Pepsi around here. What I love Dr. Pepper. Pepsi, again, it's solid, but, Looks like the Tigers, they are still winning in the poll. Feel free to vote, 67% to 33%. Who's winning today is that's going to be chopped foul. So 0-2 count here to McLean. Again, 0-0 is your score. If you're not able to look at the screen, well, that's why I'm saying the score. But if you are able to look at the screen and ask what the score is, well, I think you're just blind at this point, as I have two scoreboards for you. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's going to be fouled off the catcher's mask. And, again, I like the new thing where, if they foul it off the catcher, the umpire will give the catcher some time to compose himself, walks out there, and tosses the bag. Pepsi is my favorite, but I'm taking Dr. Pepper for that one. Wait, so how is Pepsi your favorite, but you take Dr. Pepper? I don't know. I think I'm going to need you to elaborate there, Draven. If it's your favorite, wouldn't you take it the whole time? Here's the 0-2. That's going to be in there. Strike 3 called, and I didn't get to see. You guys would have been able to see if that was correct. That looked low, but again, I don't really have a dog in the fight. Okay, they put the. Oh no, that looked good. That looked pretty good. They put it up there for the replay, not for the live coverage. As that's going to bring up TJ Friedel. He's batting .292, OPS of 829. Again, runner on the first here, but now with 2 outs. Flaherty delivers, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. If you want to keep silent about that, Draven, that's perfectly fine. I just feel like if it's your favorite, it would pretty much win every single time if you're picking, something against something. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be chopped foul. No Coke in the fight. Coke's good too. Usually I would, but I've been on a Dr. Pepper run. Oh, okay, fair enough. It's the hot team, It started off 500, but now it's racking up some wins as of late. I got you. 0-2 count here to Friedel. Flaherty sets. And fires. That's going to be low for ball 1. So 1-2 counts here to Friedel. Reds still without a hit. They actually do have a runner on because of a walk, but only 1 hit in this game so far, and that one was by the Tigers. As here's the 1-2. That's low in the dirt, ball 2. And I don't recall who it was, and I do apologize. We'll click on it. We'll cheat a little bit. Colt Keith with the lone hit in this one. 2-2 count. Flaherty sets, looks over at Trevino and delivers. That's in the dirt, ball 3. It is storming here, so hopefully there's nothing crazy going on outside. 3-2 count. Friedel in the box. Flaherty sets and fires. That is low, ball 4. So 2 walks in this inning. Put runners at first and second, and that's going to bring up Gavin Lux, who's batting .275, OPS of 744. So the Reds with an opportunity here in the top of the 3rd. Flaherty sets, looks back at Trevino, and delivers. That's going to be hit left and foul. Doctor, how good would you say Kevin Young was for the Pirates? Kevin Young. Who is Kevin Young? Kevin Young. 92-03. Oh, boy. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be upstairs for ball 1. Not familiar with Kevin Young. Started off on the Pirates, left the Pirates for a year, then came back. Kevin Young. I'm not familiar with him. Well, whenever he came back, he seemed pretty good. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. Had some really had a season there where a few seasons actually wasn't too bad. And then towards the end, he just kind of fell off as he got older. Well, when he was in his prime there, here's the 2-1. That's going to be chopped to first. Oh, what a play. Throws to the pitcher for out number 3. Keith had a bare hand that. And that wasn't exactly softly hit either, as he's smiling there. So we're going to head to the bottom of the third inning. Your score, 0-0. Wow. Peak Kevin Young, not a bad player, but unfortunately you didn't really see peak Kevin Young there for a while. So I would say he's okay. I was watching a throwback game, and he was in. I gotcha. When I usually watch throwback games, it's like in the mid to late 2000s. Well, yeah, about late 2000s, like 07, and then to about 12. That was that was a good run. Let's see here. Let's look at scores from around the major leagues. I think there's only one game, and okay. So Nationals up 1-0. Over the Marlins. Did the Marlins win yesterday? They did. Wow, look at that. They won 11-9. Pirates are playing the Cubs, but I feel like I've been giving a little too much love to the Pirates as of late, so we're branching away. It's 4 straight games. Pirates. And then actually I went away from the Pirates, and then I got killed in the ratings. Never again, Red Sox Yankees. That might have been the last Red Sox Yankees games I do. I don't know, unless it's playoffs, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But again, if you like what you see, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Again, I've been doing games since opening day. I'll go ahead and show you guys the proof. That way you don't think I'm lying. It is a lot of Pirates games, and yeah, I did Pirates opening day. Then I branched out one day. Cubs, Diamondbacks, got a lot of subscribers for it. So, I'm like, you know what? There's a lot more fans out there than just the Pirates. So, yeah, no, I do a lot of Pirates, but I also bounce around. Today, the Reds, I've done 2 Reds games, and they are 2-0. This is their third one. And then this is the 4th Tigers game, and they are 2-1 when I call a Tigers game. And, of course, if you are a football fan, I'll be back tonight, UFL, DC and Michigan, in the UFL Championship. And, of course, I'm a big NFL and college football fan, so hopefully I see you there. I already have the college football game up. I actually already made the Steelers-Jets thumbnail. All I got to do is really just post it at this point. So I'm ready to go. Hopefully I see you there if you're a sports fan in general. All right, here is Baez, and they haven't completed a trip through the order, so I'll click on his stats. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Baez is batting .284 on the year, OPS of .759, 7 home runs, and 33 RBIs. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be outside, ball 2. I said I was going to switch over, and yet I didn't switch over to the Tigers. Again, I do have a poll up. Chris Pope is pulling for the Reds here. Number 1, Reds. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Christopher Leclerc, I watched old Miami Hurricanes football game from 2000 to 2003. Yeah, no, they were really good back then. I was a toddler back then. I wouldn't really remember much. That's going to be outside for ball 3. So 3-1 count to Baez. Baez going to ask for time. Baez is very familiar with the Reds. Of course, he played for the Cubs many years. 3-1 count. Singer delivers. That's going to be in there for a call strike. By the way, Christopher Leclerc, thank you, of course, stopping by. I've seen you before. Chris Pope, thank you for clicking on it. Hopefully I'm entertaining enough to where you can stick around for a little bit. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be outside, ball 4. So Baez walks, and that's going to bring up Sweeney. This will be the last time I click on a player until there's a new player in the game. 220, OPS of .585, 4 home runs, and 23 RBIs. That defense was nasty from what, the older people that said that Miami in the 2000s. They were apparently really good, early 2000s. Well, they had Ed Reed on it and other good players, and that's going to be inside for ball 1. Welcome. Oh, yeah, again, thank you very much. 1-0 count. Singer sets and delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And you'll probably see the Pirates jersey. It's probably the first thing you noticed But yeah, no, again, I do bounce around, and I have done Reds games before. And obviously the Pirates aren't any good, so I'm not going to be talking any trash today to the Reds. Like, I know where we are. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be fouled back. So it's 1-2. Baez was actually on the run there and most likely would have had a free bag. So 1-2 count as Baez retreats to first. That Singer looks over at Baez and sets. And fires. That one's going to be hit foul. So 1-2 count. Here to Sweeney. Tigers with a runner on first due to the walk. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Singer fires. That's going to be fouled back. So a lot of fouls here. Trey Sweeney again batting .220, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs on the year. Singer looks over at Baez and delivers. That's going to be outside for ball 2. So 2-2 count. So the Reds trying to not go below 500. Of course, it's a tough task facing the Tigers, and that's outside ball 3. So the count is 3-2. Singer sets. Oh, pickoff attempt, and he is safe. Singer has been looking back at Baez quite a bit this at-bat. I actually don't really know if he's a threat on the base paths anymore. I know you used to have some speed in Chicago. I don't know about here in Detroit. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. And that one at the warning track, and it's going to be off the wall. Fraley gets it, throws it in. Baez is rounding third, heading for home. Cruz throwing home, and he is out. Cruz with a rocket, and that is just classic Cruz there. Again, he is a fantastic athlete with an amazing arm. So he was thrown out at the plate. Fraley again getting it off the wall, throws it in, and Cruz is the one that received it. Throws it home, and he's out by about a half a second there. It was just bang, bang. So that's going to bring up Meadows. As I'm trying to find out where Sweeney went. I think he's at second. I could be wrong. He has a great throw. Okay, so Sweeney is at second. If you could add one pitcher and bat to this Pirates team, who would you be picking? Ooh, that's going to be ball 1 there. I don't know. I don't think it would matter. Like realistic, like affordable, or no? Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Let me know if it's affordable or not. If it's anybody, then I can probably tell you. Doctor, what MLB team do the Pirates have the biggest rivalry with? I don't really know. I mean, we've been so bad. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to left. And that is foul back. Maybe the Brewers. I know. I don't really like the Brewers. To me, Louis says the Cardinals, but Doctor might have someone else. Yeah, I mean, again, you could say any one of the NL Central, but, like, do they view us as a rival? No. It's kind of like how the Steelers view the Browns. Like, you know, get out of here. That's going to be inside ball 2. Cruz assist. Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Anybody in their prime. Well, it'd be great to have Shohei. I'm just saying. Shohei, and he's not a DH. He plays in the outfield because, you know, he is still kind of athletic, because that's going to be a dead ball there. And as far as pitcher, I don't know, bring back Garrett Cole, please. I mean, he was very good. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about currently playing. 2-2 count to Meadows. Runner on second. Singer delivers. That's going to be inside ball 3. I mean, Aaron Judge is really good. He's batting, 390 this year? 3-2 to Meadows. Singer looks back and delivers. That's going to be hit to second. He's going to move the runner, but he is thrown out at first. So Sweeney is just 90 feet away. Again, the Tigers sent Baez home on that double, but he was thrown out by, again, a great relay there from Cruz, or Dela Cruz, I should say, because that's his actual last name. That's going to bring up Gleyber Torres. He's 0 for 1 batting, 270, OPS of 784. Don't worry, Dodgers also look down on Padres because they don't have World Series. Yeah. 0-1 count. I'm on the opposites. I see both sides here with, again, Steelers were, the 6-time Super Bowl champions, but obviously we haven't been good as of late, as that's going to be hit right. And then, of course, the Pirates are literally the Browns of baseball, so, There aren't many. The difference, though, and again, this is just Twitter here. The difference is that there aren't many Pirates fans, as here's the 0-2. That's going to be inside ball 1. Because Brown's Twitter is delusional. I don't know if you guys probably aren't. Maybe Chris, if you're a Bengals fan, you might know what I'm talking about here. But Browns fans are delusional. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside ball 2. Like, they are very high on their team. They will talk trash to, the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers. I don't really see Pirates fans, after, a win, talking any mess. I don't see it. Maybe it is a little bit of the glasses, the little bit different of a shade there or whatever, but I don't know. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be outside ball 3. Sailor Cole. In their primes? That's tough. That's a tough question. I guess I'm a little biased there, Cole, because he was on the Pirates, but Sale's really good. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be chopped to third. Lux throws to first and gets him by a step for out number 3. So this game remains 0-0 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Reds, Tigers, 0-0. Again, hopefully you like what you see and hit that subscribe button. Again, I've been doing this since opening day. I'll go over that in a second. Marlins, Nationals, 1-1. Obviously, we're watching this one. Pirates, Cubs, they are about to begin, and I have been doing Pirates, Cubs a lot. Again, terrible look to show you guys. No, I do other games. I do, I promise. Did have a stretch there of a lot of Pirates games. Did do Yankees, Red Sox last night. I don't know if I'll do that again. I just didn't really have much success there. But again, I've been bouncing around the major leagues. It is mostly Pirates, but I do give other teams a chance, and how it works pretty much if I do interact with you guys. And, you're very vocal about it. I'll circle around to most of your teams. Luis here, he's a big Padres fan, and I've done them, I believe, 6 times now. And I'll probably be doing them very soon as they have some really good series coming up. So that's pretty much how it works. And again, if you're also a football fan, I do encourage you to hit that subscribe button. College football, I'm very excited for. NFL football as well. Much bigger NFL fan myself. But for college football, I'll be doing 2 games every Saturdays. And then, of course, during the week, I'll try to get a game in every day if possible. But yeah, no, I'll be doing Iowa State, Kansas State. And then you guys will vote for that second window there that Saturday, August 23rd for week 0. And then I'll try to do every Pitt game because I am a Pitt Panthers game. But later that day, I'll be doing at least one more with potential to do up to 4 games if the voice will allow it. And then for NFL, again, I am a Steelers fan, so I don't know if you guys are Bears fans or Bengals fans, like, ugh, disgusting. But I will also be doing other games as well, not just Steelers, Jets for week 1. I will be doing that, but I'll also have you guys vote for that later window as well. And, of course, Steelers do play the Bengals twice a year, so, if you got no one on the Bengals side of things or you can't watch the game, I got you covered. And, again, I'm pretty realistic with the Steelers. I'm not going to be talking much trash to the Bengals. Now, if they do play dirty, we'll have that discussion later because, obviously we probably, Bengals fans hate the Steelers because they play dirty, and the Steelers fans say, no, Bengals are dirty. That's just how it works. But I have cousins that are Bengals fans, and that we always have discussions about perfect. As Dela Cruz takes one there for a called strike. So 0-1 count to Dela Cruz. And that's going to be low for ball 1. De La Cruz is batting .266, OPS of 822. Yeah, that's always fun. Every time we talk, because they hate Kimo von Oelhoffen. And I'm like, no, he was pushed in as Cruz hits this one deep right field. And that one was just a no-doubter. De La Cruz with the solo shot here in the top of the 4th as the Reds take a 1-0 lead. I like the Chicago Bears. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Bears, actually 06, they went to the Super Bowl that year. That's Rex Grossman. Shout out Rex Grossman. So De La Cruz gets the scoring started here in the top of the 4th, just sending that one. That one was just a no-doubter. 90-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone, and he just crushed that one. As that's going to bring up Tyler Stevenson, who's 0 for 1. Batting .254, OPS of 772. Number 1 emojis. They are currently number 1 today, as that's a swing and a miss, strike 1 to Stevenson. So 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Need a new water now. Jeez. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be hit to shallow right field. And it is caught for out number 1 by Carpenter. Yeah, like I do call games for this local high school here for this little network, and every football game I do, I have to have 2 bottles of water because I don't know, that's just the way it is. And that's going to bring up Chris Benson. He's 0 for 1, batting .241 as here's the pitch. That's outside ball 1. He OPS of 800. Ellie De La Cruz is as good as Tatis. Steals bases, give assists, and gave a home run. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I still think Tatis, De La Cruz obviously has the potential, but like Tatis's highs have still been higher than De La Cruz's. I think De La Cruz could be very good, as that's going to be outside ball 2. But, I'd like to see him finish with the season above like 900 OPS, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, he's definitely a superstar. He's a star, but is he a superstar? He has to, put it together there, as that's going to be outside ball 3. Devin Hester was the only person to return the... Yeah, no, I do recall that. I think that was a rainy Super Bowl, too. It was just... I don't know. I missed that. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be outside ball 4. So Benson walks, and that's going to bring up Spencer Steer, who's 0 for 1, batting .224, OPS of 608. And it's the same thing for, I don't think I'm picking on Ellie De La Cruz. Same thing with the Pirates with O'Neal Cruz. Again, he has the tools, gifted physically, all the power in the world. But, again, the statistics have to match the hype. But I would say I would prefer De La Cruz over Cruz, as that's going to be in there a called strike. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see a reigning Super Bowl again. Hopefully. I don't know. It's just fun to watch weather. I don't know. I feel like they're taking it away from the fans. As here's the 0-1, and we got a pickoff attempt, and he is back safe and sound. I guess if they play in Tampa Bay, that's still outdoors. Just got here. Who's pitching for the Tigers? That's going to be Flaherty here, and I'll go ahead and go back over his stats here. As here's the 0-1 to Steer. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jack Flaherty, the ERA on the year of 3.38. This is a live ERA. He's 5-6. Despite the Tigers winning 46-25, he's 5-6. Just imagine him on the Pirates. He'd probably be 0-11. Here is the 0-2. Flaherty delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So that's going to bring up Trevino. He walked earlier in this one, batting .292, OPS of 823. Doctor, I'll be back trying to find this wide receiver. Oh yeah, you're good. If it's the Bears, it's Johnny Knox. I'm just telling you, it's a random Bears receiver that everyone seems to remember, as that's going to be in there, a called strike. Did Dela Cruz get a single? No, he actually homered. He got a home run. So he is the only one that has scored today. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't quite see a Santiago in time there. My bad. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So if you put a bet on him getting a hit today, you did very good. If you had a bet on the home run, there you go. 0-2 count. Thanks, you're welcome. Oh, yeah, no problem. Santiago doesn't seem to like it. He might not. He's probably a Tigers fan, or he just anti-Reds or Dela Cruz. 0-2 count here to Trevino. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Flaherty is good, but every dog has his day. Yeah. I need him to get a single. Oh, I got you. Oof. I mean, you would think that's the most easiest one, right? But maybe not today. That's going to be hit to right in foul territory. Keith is making a run for it, and Carpenter sliding but can't make the catch. Both of them were kind of like just trying to find it. Maybe it blended in with the sky or something. They looked kind of confused on it. As we'll do this again. 1-2 count here to Trevino. As he's digging back in. Again, he's batting .292 on the year, so really solid batting average. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called at the knees. Trevino doesn't seem to like it, but it doesn't matter. But again, Ellie Dela Cruz with a solo shot here to begin in the 4th inning. So we head to the bottom of the 4th. Reds up 1-0. And, of course, I'll show you guys the scores from around the major leagues. Give you a little bit of an update. I do have a ticker below, but again, I mean, there's only one game going on right now anyway. As it's the Marlins Nationals 1-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. You do a great job. Oh, I try, man. I really do. And I have seen you before, so I'm assuming you are subscribed. Unless I'm just wrong. But I feel like I have seen you before, Brent. So again, thank you for stopping by today. Oh wait, no, you're the older Tigers fan. That is correct, right? Am I right there? Am I wrong? Am I right? Again, hopefully, if you haven't subscribed, hopefully you do find this stuff somewhat appealing. Again, I've been doing this since opening day. It is mostly Pirates, but I do mix it up as Pirates. I believe I've done them. I've done 24 games for them. This is my 48th game, so at about one out of every 2 games is a non-Pirates game. And again, if you're a Reds or Tigers fan, and I can tell you, it is because of that, older Tigers fan. I feel like it is Brent here, that I do have started to do a little bit more Tigers games lately. I did one 6 days ago, and I believe I met Brent here with Tigers Giants. So again, subconsciously I try to get you guys in whenever I can. Obviously the Pirates, I had to stop doing them for a little bit because I couldn't watch them. But yeah, no, again, hopefully you like what you see. Again, if you're a college football or NFL fan, that's not it. I'll be doing college football as well. As, again, week 0, just right around the corner, 2 months from now, Iowa State, Kansas State. Actually, I already have the thumbnail for that. No, I didn't post it yet. But I made that one last night, so I'll be doing one game. You guys will call the other game. You'll have a vote. You'll vote either those 3 games, one of those 3 games, and then same for Saturdays and Sundays. And, again, I'll be doing every Steelers game. And you guys vote for the afternoon games. That's how it's going to work. Hopefully you like that and hit that subscribe button. Also, I'll be going live tonight for the UFL championship game. As here's the first pitch to Carpenter. That's a ground ball to second as he throws to first for out number 1. So very quickly, 1 out there. And that's going to bring up Riley Green. He's 0 for 1, batting .278, OPS of .829. It was Ellie Dela Cruz, 15th home run of the season. Oh, you know what? That's my bad. I should have looked that up. Thank you there, Christopher. It's being my color guy today. How good is the Reds pitcher? Thanks for doing ties. Yeah, of course. Reds pitcher Singer, well, so far doing pretty good. ERA of a 4.38 as here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Former Royal. 4.40 ERA, 6-4 on the year, whip of 1.34. So I would say he's an average pitcher, as that's a swing and a miss, strike two. Mid-rotation guy. I don't know, Reds fans, if there's any Reds fans here, Chris, you can feel free to answer that if you know about Singer, as that's going to be inside ball one. 70 days till college football. Yes, I saw the graphic this morning. 10 Saturdays until college football. Very excited about that. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be upstairs for ball two. And I know there's there's some baseball fans, and actually a good bit of baseball fans that aren't football fans. I don't want to scare you guys. I love football. As here's the 2-2. That's inside ball three. I will still be doing baseball even after college football's here. So yes, September. During the week, I'll still be doing baseball games, so don't think I'm going to just be abandoning baseball. Most of my subscribers here are baseball fans, as that's going to be inside ball four. Green is going to walk, and I just realized I had the Reds lineup up. That's my bad. Again, don't think I'm just going to abandon you. I'm very thankful for the baseball community. You guys have been fantastic. I mean, I would say about 80% of the subscribers I've gotten are because of baseball fans, and, I will be still doing it. Regular season and then a little bit of the playoffs, and I could go all the way to the World Series. I'll have to do a poll up whenever that time comes. As here's the pitch to Dingler, that's going to be in there, a called strike. He's batting .282, OPS of 763 on the season. And again, he's 0 for 1. 0-1 count. Singer sets. He's still set and delivers. And that's going to be hit to right field. And it is caught by Fraley for out number 2. My favorite 3 baseball teams are Reds, Giants, and the Phillies. Okay. Yeah, I like I'm obviously not a Reds fan by any means. But I like the Giants. Giants definitely a classy organization in my opinion. Same with the Phillies. They're just very good. Very good team since I've been, watching baseball. I know they were terrible for many years prior to me being born. But since I've been watching it, they've been really good, as that's going to be outside ball one. Reds, obviously, I'm not going to be talking any smack today to the Reds, but we might, we're not going to get along, I guess, Pirates, Reds. But there's a little bit of NL Central pride, of course. I mean, facing the AL Central. That's going to be outside ball 2. 2-0 count, runner on first here in the bottom of the 4th. Singer looks back at first and sets and delivers. That's going to be outside ball 3. Did check his swing there, waiting on the appeal there. So 3-0 count. Singer sets and delivers. That's outside ball 4. So another walk. So again, runners on first and second now, and that's going to bring up Perez. He's 0 for 1, batting .277, OPS of 867. Really liked Willie Stargell spelling wrong. Yeah, Willie. Well, obviously I never got to see him play, but he's a Pirates legend. I mean, my dad likes Willie Stargell a lot. He loves him. The We Are Family Pirates. Here is Perez. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. I would give anything, really, to see the Pirates again be elite like that again. Not everything or anything, but, I'm just sick and tired of the Pirates being so bad. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. 1-1 count here. Runners on first and second. Bottom of the 4th, 2 outs. Reds up 1-0. De La Cruz is the difference in this game. He saved a run, as here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit in between first and second. I imagine they're going to send the runner, and he's going home. Green heading home. He is safe. Throw was not in time, as the Tigers tie it up here in the bottom of the 4th. It is 1-1. Perez knocking in Green. So I was going to say something about Cruz being the difference in this game. Now, it's all tied up. Nice diving effort by Steer, but unable to get it. As that's going to bring up Baez. He walked earlier in this one, batting .284, OPS of .761. Brent likes it. Singer sets and delivers. That's going to be outside for ball one. Baez was actually squaring to bunt, did pull back. 1-0 count. Singer delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. One to one count. 1-1 is your score here in the bottom of the fourth. Singer delivers. Swing and a miss, strike two. Throws to second, and he is safe. So now runners on second and third, but the count is 1-2 to Baez. One and two count. Singer looks back at Perez and delivers. Ground ball, oh, right to Singer. He snags it, tosses to first for out number 3. But the Tigers do tie it up as we head to the top of the fifth. Your score is 1-1. Again, hopefully you do like what you see and hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. As here are your scores from around the major leagues. Of course, again, there's only one game going on right now. Pirates-Cubs is due to start in about 5 minutes or so. Marlins-Nationals also at 1-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Javi quit swinging at everything. He's a better batter because of it. I gotcha. It was Marquez Wilson. Marquez Wilson. I'm probably thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of Madden 12 for some reason. That's what immediately came to mind. Probably wrong. Marquez Wilson. Nope, I was wrong. As he played from 13. So that would have been Madden. What would that been? Madden 25, the OG one. Yeah, I didn't play that one. Yeah, no, that one's definitely. Any Bears fans here remember Marquez Wilson? That one was. Looks like he served his rookie contract and he was done. But shout out Marquez Wilson. He did play in the NFL. That's pretty cool. Had 400. Looks like he got a lot of yards per catch. The later 2 years there. Look at that. 16.6, 17.8. Look at that. You remember him playing with Alshon Jeffrey. Yeah, Alshon being him and Brandon Marshall. They were really good in Chicago. Of course, they had Jay Cutler. Let's see. Well, there's no. Talking to a Bears fan, I'd like to know how they viewed Jay Cutler. Obviously, he's like the I don't care quarterback, but like how was he viewed? How is Jay Cutler viewed? I'd love to know that personally. I don't know why I keep saying you. Jay Cutler, man, what a legend that guy was. He took after Jake Plummer pretty well with the I don't care attitude. All right, we head to the top of the fifth. Your score is 1-1 as Fraley's going to come to the plate. He's batting .212, OPS of .713. Again, 1-1 is your score as here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. So 1-0 count to Fraley. Flaherty delivers. That's going to be low for ball two. When I first left, I was thinking Willie Snead. Yeah, no, I remember him on the Saints. He was on the Dolphins for a little bit. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be low for strike one. Willie Snead. Was he on any? He probably was. I don't know. Willie Snead was an idiot. It's on the Ravens, I think, also, right? 2-1 count. Am I spelling Willie wrong? Oh, on the baseball page. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit. And that's going to get past the second baseman for a base hit. So the Reds have a leadoff guy on. I'm just doing some research on Willie Snead real quick. He's still playing. What the heck? No way. And that's going to bring up, as Fraley gets on first, McLean. He's 0 for 1, batting 184, OPS of 588. New Orleans, Baltimore. No, I guess he wasn't with Miami. I thought he was. Here's the pitch. That's a foul tip. Strike one. San Fran, Carolina. I swear he was in Miami. I guess I misremembered the Mandela effect in play here, apparently. 0-1 count. Flaherty with the pickoff attempt, and he's back safe and sound. I'm trying to remember what receiver went to Miami. That was from New Orleans. I have no idea. Maybe that never happened. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball one. Yeah, and who you got winning today? I haven't really checked the poll in a while. Looks like Tigers. You guys, 70% of you guys think the Tigers are going to win today. I mean, they are the better team on papers. That's going to be hit foul. Obviously, it's 1-1 here, so evenly matched. Reds at 500. Tigers 21 games above 500. So very solid year for the Tigers as they enter the second half of the year in about a few weeks. Well, so does everyone else, as this one's going to be fouled back. So 1-2 count, runner on first. Here in the top of the fifth, nobody out. Flaherty sets and fires. That's going to be hit to the pitcher. Flaherty has to eat it, throws to first for out number one. Tried to go to second, but didn't think he'd get it in time as McLean moves Fraley to second, and that's going to bring up T.J. Friedel. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, batting .292, OPS of 831. Honestly, Flaherty might have been able to get to him, but it would have been a risk. So he gets the sure route at first. As here's again Friedel. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball one. 1-0 count. Flaherty sets and delivers. That's going to be outside for ball two. So 2-0 count. Again, 1-1 is your score. Both teams scoring in the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball three. So 3-0 count. Friedel looks to draw another walk. And that is going to be ball four. So Flaherty loses Friedel for the second time. Flaherty with 49 strikes and 31 pitches out of the zone today. I don't feel like that's too great, as that's going to bring up Gavin Lux. He's 0 for 2, batting .273, OPS of 741. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Here to Lux. Dela Cruz is on deck. Again, he homered back in the fourth. Flaherty sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to drop for a base hit. And it looks like Fraley's going home. They're not throwing home. They're throwing to third, and he's safe at third. And the Reds retake the lead here in the top of the fifth. It is now 2-1. I think it was a broken bat single based off the sound of the bat. And they're going to show the replay here. Yeah, no, it got a piece of the bat to break off there. So runners on first and third with Dela Cruz coming to the plate. He's 1 for 2. And again, he did homer. And if I recall, who was that earlier that needed just a single? Santiago needs Kenny Stills. You are correct, Draven. You're the best. As Dela Cruz fouls this one back. Kenny Stills. That was the receiver. 0-1 count. Yes, I forgot about Kenny Stills. I was thinking, it definitely wasn't Brandon Cooks. He never went to Miami. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball 1. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Reds scoring another run, so to make it 2-1, and they have runners on the corners. Santiago needs a single from Dela Cruz. Can he make it happen here? Here's the 1-1. That's going to be low for ball 2. So 2-1 count. That was a snipe and a half. I'm lost now. I'm sorry. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 3. So Flaherty, again, he's kind of losing a little bit of his control here. He's been a little bit wild. And as a result, you're seeing Reds on the base paths here. 3-1 count. Flaherty looks over at first and fires. Outside ball 4. And I'm getting the feeling that Flaherty is kind of moving closer and closer to leaving this game. As, yep, there's going to be a mound visit. I don't know if this will be the end for him. I do know Gage is warming up in the bullpen. So I don't know if this will be the end or not. So it's a slow walk to the mound here, and I don't think that's the manager. So we're still going to see Flaherty in, but again, Flaherty has been just kind of wild this inning. As again, it's 2-1 Reds, bases loaded with 1 out here in the top 5th. I mean, again, you always get the double play here. I can pull random player's name. Oh, I got you. Fair enough. All right, mound visit is nearing its conclusion as Flaherty, again, visibly upset. All right, we're back here. So Flaherty faces Stevenson. Bases loaded. Flaherty sets and delivers, and that one's going to be hit to left field at the warning track, and that one is gone. Stevenson with a grand slam as Flaherty just looks like he did the worst thing in the world, and that might be the case for the Tigers today, as the Reds now lead 6-1 in the top of the 5th. Stevenson clearing the bases for the Reds. And that might be it for Flaherty. I'm not too sure. Maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe they just let him finish the inning. I'm not too sure. So the mound visit does exactly what it wasn't supposed to do, as they shoot dollar bills or fake dollar bills. I don't really know. So it's now 6-1 as Benson is at the plate. And, yeah, they're going to leave Flaherty in. Figure they might as well just let him finish the inning, as he's 0 for 1 with the walk, batting .241, OPS of .807. So 1-0 count. Flaherty taking his time. I guess he's ready to leave. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be hit foul. And if you just joining us, you just missed it. Stevenson clearing the bases with one swing of the bat to make it 6-1. The grand slam. Tigers hit a grand slam yesterday, as this one's going to be hit to second. Throws to first for out number 2. So now the Reds hit a grand slam. Look at that. So they're just returning the favor. Just a breaking ball that caught too much of the plate. As that's going to bring up Steer. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, batting .223, OPS of .605. And that was Stevenson's 6th home run of the year. As the first pitch to Steer is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Flaherty delivers, and that's going to be outside for ball 1. 1-1 counts. Here's the pitch, and Steer hits this to left, and this one is at the wall, jumps, and just can't make the catches. That one also leaves the yard. A solo shot home run, and the Reds now have a touchdown on the board as they lead 7-1. Flaherty with a disastrous 5th inning. Who hit the grand slam? That was Stevenson. Steer just hit a home run, not another grand slam. As Flaherty with a performance to forget today. As his ERA now climbs north of 4. Oh, man, he was in the low 3s. Aye, that is unfortunate. So the Reds now up 7-1. Just like that, it was just 1-1 a few minutes ago. And that's gonna do it for Flaherty. He's gonna exit. I'm not gonna say in shame, but in shame. I guess I did say it. As Gage is gonna come in, pitching for the Tigers now for trying to just get him out of the inning. So a pitching change. So bear with me here as we work through this little commercial. Gage hasn't pitched much this year. In fact, he's only appeared in 1 game, 0.2 innings pitched, but he's looked good in those 2 outs there. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I mean, I'm just kind of growing little by little. And again, I do thank you guys for doing, for choosing me as your entertainment, of course, and then obviously subscribing. As again, I remember the single-digit days. They weren't too long ago. Now I'm at triple digits and over 200 just a few days ago. Thank you again. Again, I've been doing baseball games since opening day. It is a lot of Pirates games, but I do mix it up. And, I have, again, called Reds games and Tigers games before. And there are some Reds and Tigers subscribers here. That did influence my decision a little bit. I had the chance to do, again, Pirates Cubs again, but I've already did 4 straight Pirates games, so it's time to change it up a little bit. As, I had to take a little bit of a break from the Pirates there for a while. So I was trying to make it up to the Pirates subscribers. But also, I'll be doing the UFL game tonight. So again, if you got nothing else going on, you can't watch the game for whatever reason, I got you covered. As football is really that's really where I shine, I feel like. As we're working our way back to Detroit here in the top of the 5th. 2 outs. Here is Trevino. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Trevino's 0 for 1 with a walk, batting .290, OPS of 818. Flaherty is no Skubal. No, he is definitely not. Skubal is, he's been legendary this year. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to drop. As Trevino's rounding first, heading to second. So the Reds continuing to hit despite the pitching change, as that's going to bring up Fraley, who's 1 for 2. Did he lead off to begin this inning? I feel like he did. He's 1 for 2 and has scored a run, batting .219, OPS of 723. Actually, Tigers hit 4 solo home runs yesterday against the Reds. Oh, wow. So no grand slam. Oh, I gotcha. 4 home runs is a lot, as that's going to be outside, ball 1. It is lefty on lefty, though, so the pitching matchup favors Gage. As Gage sets. Why is it really bright now all of a sudden? Here's the 1-0. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Oh, what a play by Torres. Throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 3. But the damage has been done as the Reds had a grand slam by Stevenson. And then 2 more runs added there as they score 6 in that inning to make it 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. And again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. So there's your scores from. Oh, look at that. The Pirates up 1-0. Look at that. Look at us go. As the Pirates look to move to 72-0 today. Pretty good stuff there. Really solid team the Pittsburgh Pirates are. 1-1 is your score. Miami and Washington. Opinion on Dre Archer. I don't know. I feel like he should have worked out and didn't. Like he was extremely fast. Don't know why we didn't get him more involved. Just get him in space, Should have used him on some screens. Just do a go route. I don't know. I don't know how his catching down the field would have been, but should have used him a lot more. He only played that 1 year, right? I don't know what the heck happened to him. But again, if you do like what you see, folks, hit the subscribe button. Again, I've been doing this since opening day. Yeah, there's a lot of Pirates games, but I also, again, mix it up and try to get you guys, again, Tigers, Reds fans. I have gathered some of those guys, so I'm more likely to do those than just a random ML team with no subscribers. Pardon me. 7 catches, 23 yards. Wow. I don't know why it didn't work out. It just didn't. Definitely an athlete, though. And also, again, I'm doing the UFL tonight, so hopefully I'll see you there. And, of course, if you're a football fan, I'll be doing 2 college games every Saturday. One of them I'll pick. So Iowa State, Kansas State is my pick. I already made the thumbnail. Actually, we'll be posting that later, probably in between the hours, just waiting for the UFL game. And then you guys will vote for the second game that day. So Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, Stanford, Hawaii. You guys will make the call. Same with NFL. I'll be doing every Steelers game. But then in the afternoon, you guys will make the call there. So week 1, it'll be between Tennessee and Denver, San Fran, Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, or Houston and Los Angeles, or the St. Louis. It should be St. Louis, but it is what it is. I'm a boomer. As we're working our way back to Detroit here, where they find themselves down 7-1. Sweeney is at the plate. He's 1 for 1, batting .224, OPS of .598. So again, if you're a baseball or football fan, this is a great channel for you. It's free, and you should definitely subscribe, as that's In the Dirt, Ball 1. I know if you're probably a Reds fan, you're probably a Bengals fan. Well, again, I can at least guarantee you Steelers, Bengals twice a year, as that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. And, of course, the Bengals have any 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock games. You'll be able to vote for them to be covered by me. Giants and the Dodgers are tied for first place. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, just with the Giants being kind of underrated. Like I said, the Tigers were not underrated, but surprising, because I mentioned the Tigers, kind of just out of nowhere, just dominating, which they were good last year, but just to take this step. And then Luis brought up the Giants. I'm like, yeah, no, that's a very good point. Giants, I would say, no one thought they would be this good this late in the season. That is a swing and a miss by Sweeney. So Singer looking pretty good here to begin the 5th, and that's going to bring up Meadows. He's 0 for 2 with the strikeout, batting .162, OPS of .586. NL West is impressive. It is. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be hit to center. And Friedel makes the catch for out number 2. And just like that, it's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, and that's going to bring up Gleyber Torres. He's 0 for 2, batting .269, OPS of .781. I still have yet to switch the broadcast. I'm going to do that right now real quick before they get that pitch off. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Will it stay in play? It does, as Fraley makes the catch for out number 3. So a very quick inning as we head to the top of the 6th. The Reds up 7-1. And again, there are your scores from around the major leagues. Again, 1-1. Miami and Washington. Pirates already up 1-0. Actually, I'm going to click on that and see who in the world scored there. McCutchen looks like he had the home run. Yep, McCutchen with his 7th home run of the year. Look at that. Shout out Pirates legend Andrew McCutchen. And again, if you do like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. Really do appreciate you guys. I'm actually still kind of torn tomorrow. Again, Unsure what game I'm calling. Cannot do Reds Tigers as I will be working at that time, but I should be home in time for any of the other ones. Unsure which one to call. We shall see. It'll probably be one of those early games. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Maybe not. Maybe I can do a later game. Unsure. Unsure what I'm doing. McLean will be due up here for the Reds, and then followed by Friedel and Lux. McLean is 0 for 2 on the day, batting 183, OPS of 585. As I thought we were about to work our way back to Detroit, but they're still on commercial break. 7 home runs and 22 RBIs for McLean. Also have a poll up. Let's see how that's doing. So Reds are kind of, well, actually I should probably update it now, huh? It's 7-1. Let's go ahead and do this poll again. Again, you can if you still feel like the Tigers are going to win, then vote for the Tigers here. All right, so I got a new updated poll. As again, the Reds lead 7-1. Feel free to vote on it. If not, it's whatever. You know, you do whatever you want. As here's the pitch to McLean, and that's going to be in there for a cold strike. So 1 vote already for the Reds. Look at that. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low in the dirt. So 1-1 count. Dr. James Jones or Ted Ginn. That's going to be upstairs. Ball 2. James Jones, I think. James Jones was... Ted Ginn was really fast. So 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right center field. And that one is caught for out number 1. So let me go ahead and... I'm just kind of look at James Jones here. And then I'll go Ted Ginn. So 1 out here, and that's going to bring up TJ Friedel. He's 0 for 1, but he has 2 walks on the day. Honestly, I thought James Jones was a little better than that. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Huh, I feel like he was better than that. Maybe it is Ted Ginn. I guess I thought. 0-1 count to Friedel. Okay, now Ted Ginn honestly wasn't all that great. He was fast. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit up the middle. Oh, it's off the pitcher. And he's going to have to eat it. So Friedel is going to get on here with the single off the pitcher's glove. Yeah, I think Jones, actually. They weren't, yeah, they were both okay, I guess. So that's going to bring Espinal. He's going to be pinch hitting for Lux. So let's look at his stats since, I haven't looked at him yet. He is batting .235, OPS of 572, 0 homers, and 12 RBIs on the year. I picked Detroit by accident. This guy. Detroit's winning 67% to the Reds. So even though it's 7-1, that's going to be in there for a call strike. Statistically, you guys think it's going to be Detroit coming back. That'd be an epic game. This would be an epic game, but Detroit came back. 1 out, 1 man on here in the top of the 6th. The gauge sets. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 1. And I got an updated poll. Feel free to vote away. Tigers won the first poll. And apparently, we're still staying with the Tigers here, despite the 7-1 score. Draven picking Detroit. Draven's a big Detroit fan. Here is the 1-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for ball 2. Draven loves the Lions and Matthew Stafford, and, big Stafford fan. 2-1 count. Espinal hits this one to left, shallow left, and they can't seem to find it as it drops in between the shortstop and the left fielder. So he gets on with the base hit as these Detroit Tigers fans are kind of groaning and moaning now. They just don't seem to be thrilled with the product on the field today. As that's going to bring up De La Cruz. He's 1 for 2, and of course he had that home run earlier, batting .269, OPS of .839. So runners on first and second here in the top of the sixth, 1 out. As Gage sets. Here's the pitch. Chopped to third. Baez throws to second. There's 1 and 2. A double play. So a much needed double play there as De La Cruz can't believe what he just did as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Reds up 7-1 over the Tigers. Stafford is the GOAT and way better than Big Ben. Ben couldn't even. Jeez. Oh, man. Definitely a funny guy, Draven is. It's a good troll. Love him. Anyway, again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Again, I've been doing this since opening day. Yeah, you'll see a lot of Pirates games, but I do assure you, I do bounce around the major leagues as I had to go a little bit there without the Pirates as well. And, again, I do have some Reds and Tigers subscribers, so I do have to come back to the Reds and Tigers every now and then. So, again, if you're a fan of either of those teams, they will be featured on the channel some more times before the regular season has concluded. The Reds actually are 2-0 when I call a game for them, and looking like they may be going to 3-0. Tigers are going to probably, barring a comeback here, go to 2-2. That's interesting. So I'm just bad luck, I guess. I don't know. Also, again, if you're a football fan, I'll be doing college and NFL later down the road this season. Iowa State, Kansas State will be the first game I do for week 0. And then, of course, you guys will be voting on the second game later that day. I'll probably put a poll out earlier that week, see what we can do there. Again, Thursday I'll be calling a game. And then Saturdays, at least 2 games every college football or Saturday. Same with the NFL, at least 2 games. Well, most likely just 2, barring you guys really wanted me to do a Sunday night game, but I don't know. Probably not, to be honest with you. Unless you guys just, again, promise you'll be there. But yeah, no, Steelers-Jets will be my week 1 first window game, and you guys will vote for that second afternoon window. So hopefully, again, you like what you see, you like sports, hit that subscribe button. As here's the first pitch to Kelly Carpenter, and he's hit. Oh my gosh, so look at that. Carpenter's already on first. That's going to bring up Green. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, batting .278, OPS of .832. Just going to look up something then he called me a Detroit fan, so I had to troll and forgot what I was looking for. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just the worst, aren't I? That's going to be upstairs. Ball 1. And I do got an updated poll. Feel free to vote away who you got today, Detroit or Cincy. Despite the update, despite the Tigers losing 7-1, it's still a Detroit poll. 67% of you guys thinking it's going to be Detroit winning this game, as that is 2-0 count here. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 3. Singer starts to lose a little bit of his control. We saw this with Flaherty earlier. Singer sets and fires. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Tigers would love to have a 6-run inning of their own. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's fouled back. Runner on first here in the bottom of the 6th. 7-1 is your score. Singer sets and fires. That's going to be hit to left, and that is caught for out number 1. So Carpenter retreats to first. As that's going to bring up Dingler. He's 0 for 2, batting .280, OPS of .760. As Singer sets and fires. That's going to be taken for a called strike. Looked a little low there. Again, runner on first. Here in the bottom of the sixth, he got on due to the hit by a pitch. That was Carpenter. Singer fires. That's going to be hit right and foul. They're actually talking about Paul Skeens right now. Talking Mets with Rob is a fraud. No idea. Well, I mean, I've heard of a Rob before. I have now PTSD every time I see Rob's name in the chat. So that's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Nothing against you, hopefully not. Flaherty is trash. He definitely didn't do great today as he got wrecked in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Dingler going down on strikes as that's going to bring up Keith. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Well, welcome, of course, Talking Mets. I actually do have some Mets fans that have subscribed earlier in the season. So thank you for stopping by, whether it's, sports betting or whatever. I'll take whatever I can get. So that's kind of my attitude. As here's the pitch to Keith. Keith chops this one foul. So 0-1 count. Here to Keith. Singer sets and delivers. And that's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit, as that is going to be a ground rule double. And that, honestly, may have costed the Tigers a run, as I think that was going to get Carpenter in. But that was a pretty good hit there. So that's going to bring up Perez, who's 1 for 2. He does have the lone RBI for the Tigers today, with runners on second and third. So a chance again for some more RBIs. So I'm unsure if there's a mound visit or whatnot, but everyone's just kind of standing around. Not seeing anything on the update there. I'm not seeing anything on the TV. They're just zooming in to Carpenter's face. Okay, Singer sets. Here's Perez. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Looks like the Reds are going to warm up Grant Ashcraft in the bullpen. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1 as Perez was trying to make this a 7-4 game with that swing. 1-1 count. Singer sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 1-2 count here. Singer wants a new ball. Again, 2 runners in scoring position, but with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, can the Tigers take advantage? Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to shallow second. It's popped up. Dela Cruz makes the catch for out number 3. So nothing doing there for the Tigers despite the good inning there as we head to the top of the 7th. Your score is Reds 7, Tigers 1. In MLB The Show 25, I traded for Paul Skeens from the Pirates to the Reds. Oh. Well, that's fantastic. I don't know. That just makes me sad. That makes me sad for some reason. I could see it, though. He's more likely to be on another team in a few years than the Pirates. So, again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. And, again, there's a lot of Pirates games, but I do bounce around the major leagues as this is my 4th Tigers game and 3rd Reds game. Reds are 2-0 when I call a game. Tigers are 2-1. Right now, the Tigers looking like they may fall to 2-2, and the Reds will be still undefeated. As the Reds entered today at 500, they're trying to stay, not trying to go below 500. That would be not so great for morale. As the Reds are 6-4 in their last 10, but they have dropped the last 2 games. And the Tigers are 6-4 in their last 10 as well, and they've actually won the last 2 games. And with the very comfortable lead in the AL Central, so this loss isn't going to impact them at all. Again, baseball, any given day, anything can happen, so it's nothing a lot like it's doom and gloom for the Tigers. I mean, they're 20 games, if they lose today, they're going to be 20 games above 500, so they're going to be fine. They will be fine. As again, there are your scores from around the major leagues. Marlins up 3-1 over the Nationals, and the Pirates up 1-0 over the Cubs. That is pretty cool. So McCutchen, the lone difference there with the solo shot to begin the scoring there in that one. As we head to the top of the 7th here, here's Stevenson. He had the grand slam in the 5th inning as he's due up here. Brennan Hanafy is going to be pitching for the Tigers. Can tell you has a 3.31 ERA. He has a 3-2 record. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be in there, called strike. So Hanafy is in. He's a 3-2 record, 3.31 ERA, a whip of a 1.44. So the whip a little bit high for a 3.31 ERA, but if he gets outs, he gets outs, as that's going to be outside for ball 1. And Stevenson batting .258, OPS of 800, and he did have the grand slam back in the 5th. So 1-1 count to Stevenson. Hanafy sets and fires, and that's going to be hit foul. So 1-2 count. The Tigers going to have to get some scoring done once they get to the plate there. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's going to bring up Chris Benson. He's 0 for 2 with the walk, batting .239, OPS of 799. And also, I do have an updated poll. Tigers won the first one, 64%, or 63%. 11 votes went to the Tigers, 11 total votes. So here's the pitch. That's going to be inside ball 1. So I guess that's 7 and 11, right? Or no? Am I wrong? Yeah, no. 7 votes went to the Tigers, 4 votes went to the Reds. The new updated vote still has the Tigers up, as that one's going to be hit to left field. And makes the catch on the run, as Pettis had to do a little bit of a spinning around there as well for out number 2. So 2 away here for the Reds in the top of the 7th. That's going to bring up Spencer Steer. He's 1 for 3. Did come across to score as well earlier. Batting .226, OPS of 623. Hanafy delivers. That's going to be outside ball 1. So 1-0 count to Steer. Hanafy delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. And that's going to be in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-1 to Steer. Again, Reds up 7-1 in the top of the 7th. Nobody on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped, just foul. Actually, a little bit more foul than that now that I'm looking at the angle. Two and two. Hanafy delivers outside ball 3. A little less Tigers fans in the stadium now. I guess they're either at the bathroom or getting food, or they've left. I feel like it's a little too early to do that. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit right and also fouled. Me personally, I don't think I'd ever leave early at a sporting event, especially since the prices keep going up. I think I'm just staying the whole time at this point. 3-2 count. Hannafy fires, and I don't know if it's going to be... Okay, I don't know what just happened, but there's an out. Apparently, they're ruling it an out. Now, Steer was acting like he was hit, but I don't know if he made contact with the bat first or the player. And so I don't know. They're going to check it out. Francona is coming out and having a little bit of a discussion. So Steer's hand is, it's definitely in pain. Francona's going to check it out. Again, I'm not too sure what's going on. Doctor, did you have Brady beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl when it happened? Oh, in I was thinking like Patriots cannot play the Chiefs. Yeah, I thought, I was hoping Mahomes would win. But, yeah, it is what it is. I don't remember who I had. But I just remember I wanted Mahomes to win. So I probably picked the Chiefs. Because, I couldn't stand Brady. Still couldn't as a player. As a person, he seems to be okay. I don't feel like I don't like him anymore. But, as a player, that guy ruined so many. Okay, so they're going to move on. So he's out. I'm sorry about that. They really weren't clear on what was going on. So we're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Reds up 7-1 over the Tigers. But yeah, no, I hated Brady, and when he won that game, I'm like, gosh, dang it. So that was his 7th. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But now I don't like Mahomes because of all the Chiefs winning and all that stuff. So I don't know. I guess I'm just meant to live under dynasties, which I guess dynasties have been happening forever. I mean, even going back to, the Super Bowl era, the 60s Packers, the 70s. Obviously there's more history of the NFL than that, but just starting from there. 70s Steelers, 80s Niners, 90s, the Cowboys won 3 Super Bowls early in the 2000s. The Patriots won early in the 2000s. And then after that, it kind of became a free-for-all a little bit. The Steelers won twice, went to 3. Peyton Manning went with the Colts in 06, went again in 09, lost. And then, of course, Brady losing twice in between there. And then the 2010s, Brady ends up winning 3 more. That was, I don't know. I just don't like dynasties, even though they happen all the time. Now the Chiefs, obviously, we're under their rule. As Graham Ashcraft is going to be pitching here for the Reds. Let me see if I can get you some stats here. 3.9 ERA, 4-4 record, 1.52 whip. So, again, this is a guy that you can hit. If you're a Tigers fan, take advantage. I didn't like Brady, but I love Mike Evans, so I had them winning, and glad Mike got his ring. Yeah, Mike Evans is pretty solid. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Evans, I would say he's... I don't know if... Do you think he's a Hall of Famer? Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. I understand he has that streak of 1,000 yards. Okay, and I get it, but they're showing Mike Evans here. That's actually crazy. What the heck? They hear us. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tapper to the pitcher. Ashcraft throws to first for out number 1. Because, I feel like in every era Mike Evans has played in, there's always 5 or, at least 5 receivers better than him every time. Whether it's in the 2010s or even here in the 2020s. I feel like he's like the Frank Gore of receivers. That's just kind of my opinion on him. Which, if you think Frank Gore's a Hall of Famer, then you're probably going to think Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer. Here's the pitch to Sweeney. That's up the middle. De La Cruz is there. Throws to first for out number 2. So very quickly here, 2 outs for the Tigers. As that's going to bring up Meadows. He's 0 for 3, batting 158, OPS of 572. Got another vote here. Tigers fans not giving up on the Tigers. Look at that. 75% think the Tigers are still going to win this game. That would be a heck of a game. I would love to see that just because of the excitement that would bring, as that's going to be upstairs for a ball, or at least, coming back a little bit to make it interesting, like if they lose 7-6, it's like, okay, well, I got pretty good here in the last few innings. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be hit to right. Oh my gosh, what a play by Steer with a great leap to make the catch for out number 3. Unbelievable. Bad luck. That was well hit, but well timed by Steer. So we head to the top of the 8th inning. Reds up 7-1. Cup. What about Cup? Oh, wait, timeout. I have heard people say Cup should get in, so if he does, Cup should not get in. Cooper Kupp, a Hall of Famer? No, I don't think of Cooper Kupp as a Hall of Famer. I understand he had a really good year. Like a really good year. I think, when was that? 2021, 2022? No, that's not a Hall of Fame career. I would not put Kupp in the Hall of Fame. No. Solid whenever he's. That 2021. Obviously that's one of the greatest receiving seasons of all time. But no, that alone won't get you in. So anyway, we are heading to the top of the 8th. Reds up 7-1 over the Tigers. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. I've been doing baseball games. This is actually my 49th baseball game of the year since opening day. Again, there's a lot of Pirates games, but I do bounce around. This is I believe my 4th Tigers game and 3rd Reds game. So again, I've done these teams as well. So don't think, oh, this will be the last time. No. I work around. I listen to the subscribers. I do have some Tigers and Reds subscribers. So again, I really do bounce it around as well. I tried Yankees Red Sox last night, and well, we're not doing that one ever again. But again, that's the risk you take when you try other games. But it's worked out for the most part. Also, again, if you're a football fan, I'm doing the UFL game tonight. So if you can't watch it, I got you covered. So if you're a Michigan Panthers fan, it's Detroit and whatever, I got you covered. And again, NFL right around the corner, Hall of Fame game. I already have the Chargers Lions thumbnail up. I'm excited for football season. Hopefully you are too, and hopefully you hit that subscribe button. How it's going to work is I'm going to call one game, and then you guys will vote on the second game. So week 0, Iowa State, Kansas State, that one's going to get called, and then you guys vote on the later game that day. And the same thing with NFL. I'll be doing every Steelers game, but then you guys vote for the later window on the game that I call. Detroit Tigers down to the last 6 outs. Yeah, no, for sure. They are not looking great today, but I'm sure they'll be fine again. They're still, they lose today, they'll be 20 games above 500. I think they'll be okay. I don't either, but I have seen some people say it. My friend says it, then yes, then Mike should be. Oh, yeah, well, if Kupp gets in, which no, he will not get in, then yeah, no, definitely Evans. I would say Evans is definitely much more worthy. But, again, I see Evans as like the Frank Gore. Like, Frank Gore was consistently really good, but was he ever like a top 5 running back at any point? No. Maybe he had 1 or 2 seasons like that, but for the most part, he was not. Same with Evans. Evans was never better than AB, Odell, like in his Odell's prime, which, it's a whole nother. Julio, A.J. Green, I would put above Evans. As here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Devontae Adams, I feel like his prime was better. So Brebbia is going to be pitching for the Tigers, as here is the pitch to Trevino. That's popped up, and that is fouled back. Brebbia with a 6.62 ERA. His stats here, he's 1-0 despite the 6.62. That's, of course, being on the Tigers. That'll help you out. If he's on the Pirates, that guy's sent down to AAA with an 0-10 record. 1.7 whip. So, again, he's definitely just trying to get some work in here. Here is the 1-1 to Trevino. That's going to be upstairs ball 2. And I can't remember if I said his stats. 1 for 2 with the walk, pardon me. 2.95, no, 295 average and 833 OPS. Here's the 2-1, and that's going to be low for ball 3. Devontae, ooh, that's a tough one. I would put Devontae in before I would put Evans in. Here's the 3-1. Outside ball 4, so Trevino walks, and that's going to bring up Jake Fraley. He's 1 for 3, batting .217, OPS of .718. Devontae Adams, I'd have to look. That's a close one. Again, I think Devontae has been fantastic, but I don't know if he has the stats. Well, he might have the stats. I mean, again, if you were to look face-to-face, year by year, you'd probably pick Mike. But again, like, his stats are just... It's not always telling the story. That's going to be hit to left. Fraley is going to get on here with the single here in the top of the 8th. So just like that, the Reds with 2 base runners, as that's going to bring up McLean. Matt McLean, he's 0 for 3. He's batting 182, OPS of 583. Again, the Reds looking to add on to the 7-1 lead. I just feel like Devontae was just much better. I mean, look at the consistency he had here. All these 1,000-yard seasons, right? He's at 12,000. As here's the pitch to McLean. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And then you look at the inconsistency of Adams, right? Only a few, like a lot, obviously didn't have 1,000 yards every year, but only 600 less yards. Like when he was at his peak, Devontae was special. That's a close one. That's going to be low for ball 1. I'm feeling like it's going to be Devontae Adams. Like I feel like Devontae would get in over Evans. I just don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, though. It's close. Here's the 1-1, and this one's going to be hit to left at the warning track, and that one is gone. The Reds tack on a field goal thanks to McLean, as it's now a 10-1 lead over the Tigers. Have I seen the vid too? What the heck? I've never seen that. I don't know if I want to look at that one. Do I like? No, I don't like Michael Thomas. No, I don't. I don't think Michael Thomas, again, a really good year, but only did, again, slants and outs. I mean, he got really upset, and I remember that was the whole thing. Like, no, he does not. He runs more than that. Okay. No, he really didn't. He really didn't. As here is the pitch to Friedel. Friedel is 1 for 2 with 2 walks on the day. And again, if you just missed it, McLean with a 3-run shot to make it 10-1. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to right and just fouled. So who am I? Yeah, I don't know. Michael Thomas. Did I pick on the? Yeah, I picked the wrong Michael Thomas. No, he was overrated. Like, literally took advantage of the fact that do I have the right Michael Thomas here? Am I not clicking the right one? I don't know. There's a bunch of nothing going on right now. I'm just keeping an eye on this. Okay, we're back. Here is the 0-2, and that's going to be hit to center. And Meadows makes the catch for out number 1. That's going to bring up Espinal. He's 1 for 1, batting .239, OPS of 579. Thomas, yeah, again, he had, again, his yards per catch, 11. Like, that is not good. That's literally Julian Edelman stuff right there. I mean, if you think Edelman or Welker are really good, then okay, you'll probably think Michael Thomas is really good. But no. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and away for ball 1. So, sorry. Michael Thomas, couldn't hold a candle. Julio, AB, all of them. Here's the 1-0. Espinal fouls this one back. So 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to be outside ball 2. Does your friend think Michael Thomas is really good, Draven? Because I feel like probably. It feels like I'd be disagreeing with your friend a lot, as that's going to be hit to right, and that one's going to be fouled back. So 2-2 count here. Again, the Reds up 10-1. Brebbia living up to his reputation with the 6.6 ERA, and definitely that ERA went up today. I can probably show you that real quick after this pitch. As here is the 2-2. That's going to be hit to right, and that's fouled. Brebbia now with a 8 ERA. Oh my gosh, yeah, no. He don't think he should be on the team much longer with that ERA. I'm sorry. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be hit to left. And that one is caught for out number 2. Oh, yes, he does have a lot of hot takes. Yeah. I mean, so do, well, I feel like my hot takes are the correct takes because, again, sports media and, like, social media are, like, I don't know, they've kind of brainwashed a lot of people. So I am seen as, like, the hot take guy, even though I feel like, no, it's the common sense take. Yes, your friend would be, out in my world, yeah, that is a hot take, as that's going to be low for ball 1. Yeah. So 0-1 count to Dela Cruz. Again, he homered back in the 4th to get the party started. As here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. Sean. I was going to say Seth. Sorry. How's it going? Who's better on the Reds, Joey Votto or Adam Dunn? Ooh, that's a good question. Here's the 1-1. That is a swing and a miss, strike 2. And the reason I'm saying it, again, a lot of good questions you ask, but I actually know those guys. So we've got a Reds question brought to you by Sean. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. As that will do it here in the top of the 8th. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. The Tigers, they're going to need a lot of runs. They are down 10-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. All right, here's Adam. So this is just a Reds. He thinks Lamar is trash. Really? That's crazy. Good morning, Nick. How's it going? Hopefully all is well. Lamar is definitely not trash. He's a playoff choker. It's definitely not trash. Definitely fits in with today's NFL for sure. Wow. I mean, he's pretty good. As a Red, Adam Dunn, 247, OPS of 900, 270 home runs, multiple 40 home run seasons, 46, 40, 40, 40, 40. Then 32 got traded to the D-backs, I guess, and was able to get 40 that year. Very good, Adam Dunn. Shout out Adam Dunn. Here's longtime Red Joey Votto. He batted .294, OPS of 920, and he also had some power, not as much as Dunn. I'm going to say it's got to be Votto. He has the higher OPS despite not having as much power. He still had some power. But yeah, I'm going to go Joey Votto, final answer. Multiple seasons with an OPS of over 10, like over 1,000. So yeah, no, I'm going to say Votto over Dunn. Final answer, locking that one in. Good question. I like that one. Because, again, I know those players. Lamar is awesome. Lamar is very good. He is definitely one of the best quarterbacks today. Now, again, I would not trust this guy in the playoffs until I see something. Wow, it's only away for 45 minutes. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mr. Brent. That is unfortunate, 45 minutes. Yeah, you went away, and then that's what happens. You got to stay here the whole time. That's what it is. He also said RG3 is better than Lamar and Vic. Well, okay. Yeah, your friend probably he definitely gets his opinions from social media, but also, again, the Lamar thing's weird because social media loves Lamar too. So I don't know. Your friend definitely is a free thinker. Yeah, I think Votto too done whiffed way too much. He did strike out a lot. He would fit in today's game. As here is Jones. Here is Jones. I'm not too sure who this guy is. Jahmai Jones, batting 600, OPS of 1600, 1 home run, 1 RBI. He only has 10 at bats, but again, that's still a really good stretch regardless. 1 at bat, 10 at bats, 600 at bats. It's still good, as that's going to be in there for strike 2. Former Reds, Brandon Phillips is married to WWE star Jade Cargill. Really? Okay. Yeah, I remember Brandon Phillips. I know who Jade Cargill is. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be low for ball 1. RG3 is better than Lamar and Michael Vick. That's crazy. That is wild. 1-2 count. Oh, I just realized the Reds have a new pitcher, and I'm sorry, guys. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left center field. Friedel makes the catch for out number 1. Let me get you the Reds pitcher here. This is Santillan. Santillan with a, let's see here, what we got? 1-1 record, 2.9 ERA, whip of a 1. So really good this year out of the bullpen. As, again, the Tigers down through 5 outs now. I was training a young lady how to use a Kivak. What is a Kivak? Not too sure what that is. Vac is maybe a vacuum, as that's going to be chopped foul. I'm actually going to look it up because, I already sound stupid probably, but I might as well just gain some knowledge, Bathroom cleaning. Okay, that was interesting. All right, here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside for a ball. And I'm not going to pretend I'm the most intelligent guy or knowledgeable guy. Would say I'm above average, though. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit fouled. So 1-2. I'm definitely a millennial/Gen Z guy. I don't know what. I've seen like 96 is included with Gen Z, and they're also included with the last of the millennials. I don't know what I would be. 1-2 count to Carpenter. He's 0 for 2 on the day. That's going to be a ground ball to second. And he throws to first for out number 2. And actually, there's going to be some catcher's interference there, so it looks like Carpenter's going to stay on. So he's now, I guess, technically 1 for 3. Again, the catcher reached down in front. So this is going to bring up Riley Green. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Sprays water with high pressure, and it extracted it. That's cool. Seems like a fun job. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. I'll tell you what, pressure washing, it's tough whenever you're, pressure washing. We pressure washed the back patio and like the cover. It is satisfying, though. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Just seeing everything go away and you see the nice and clean. Yeah. Very nice. It's a good feeling. 1-1 count to Green. Batting .277, OPS of 828. Santillan delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So 1-2 count. As again, the Tigers down to their last 5 outs. It would take an incredible effort here to make this a close game. Santillan sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2. Draven, I'm gonna ask you a favor here. Try to get your friend to subscribe, of course, and I'd like to actually chat with him. I want to see how crazy some of his takes are. For football season, of course. I would love to. I think there could be some good content there. I really do. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be outside ball 3. So 3-2. The only thing, though, with football, I guess during commercial breaks I could, because football, I don't know. Like I've noticed for UFL, I don't really look over as much in the chat. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit fouled back, so it'll remain at 3-2. Also had to educate him on Chad Henne when he came in for Mahomes. He was talking. What was he saying? Oh, no, Chad Henne. Oh, my gosh. Chad Henne, yeah, the former Dolphin. I guess he really liked what he saw to beat the Browns in that playoff game. Here's the 3-2, as that's going to be hit to shallow center. Cruz running and makes the catch for out number 2, Chad Henne. Yeah, I think he was from Michigan quarterback, Michigan Wolverine. Oh, yeah, look at that, Detroit, Michigan. Look at that, you guys. Look at that. Look at the knowledge here. If you're a Detroit fan, subscribe. Look at that right there. Chad Henne. That's a name I haven't heard of in a while. That's going to bring up Dingler. Dingler is 0 for 3 on the day, batting .279, OPS of 755. Yeah, they're in Miami. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Chad Henne. Michigan. Yep, he did go to Michigan. At one point, could have been the future of the Dolphins, but unfortunately just didn't work out. As here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for ball 1. Talking wild. Cade McNamara also went to Michigan. How good? Yeah, Cade was not that great. I think McCarthy had to come in and, replace him. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to right. No. Shallow right. And Encarnacion makes the catch at first for out number 3. So I guess he replaced Steer. So we head to the top of the 9th. The Reds up 10-1. So I try to get the college football stats on here. College. I don't know if I'll college football. I've been trying to download as many college football logos, getting ready for college football season. So hopefully, again, you guys, if you're a college football fan, I mean, I know Detroit might have some Michigan fans. Definitely will try to get some Michigan games in there. Of course, it'll be voted on by you guys, so, and I'll explain that in a second once I Google Cade here. There's your stats here. Not exactly the best. 15. Again, Michigan, not exactly a passing team. You know, they're more of a ball control. Yeah, it's kind of how Jim Harbaugh runs things. So he's been a senior now for 3 years. Isn't he still playing? I think he's still in college, right? Or no, is he not? Anyway, if you do like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Again, I've been doing this since opening day. This is my 3rd game doing the Reds, 4th for the Tigers. He did get hurt. I'm a floor technician. Okay, I gotcha. That's neat. Well, again, I appreciate you tuning in while you're at work. You know, definitely, again, you can listen to this on your phone or whatever your listening device is. That's actually what Nick usually does that while he's at work whenever he's doing the night shift and I do a late game. And again, I appreciate you guys. And again, I'll take a view in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, not much to look at on the screen, so I'm kind of just a voice guy. But yeah, no, again, college football and NFL will be doing that later down the road this year. Again, you guys will have say in what I do. As here's the first pitch to Stevenson. That's going to be a ball. And this is Rogers. Jake Rogers. I believe who is Jake Rogers? Because he's not pitching at all. That's going to be hit down the left field line. Stevenson running to second. Who in the world is this? I'm not too sure that is a pitcher. I think that might be a Jake Rogers. Yeah, no, so he is a hitter. Jake Rogers is pitching. So we have this might get pretty bad here in the top of the 9th. A face for radio. That is me. No, there's no JK. That is correct. All right, Rogers delivers the 52-mile-per-hour pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1. Benson's at the plate. 0 for 3 on the day, batting .236, OPS of 790. And that one's going to be 55 miles per hour. That's going to be outside ball 2. So, again, we have a position player. 74 miles per hour there. That's going to be outside ball 3. Here is the 3-0. That's in there for a called strike. So 3-1 count here to Benson. Rogers sets and tosses it, and he throws it. That one's going to be hit to center at the warning track, and Meadows is able to make the catch for out number 1. Doctor, who you got tonight for hockey? Oh, I don't know. Probably Florida. What is the series count at? I'll look that up. It seems like the Tigers are all about winning the rubber matches. Well, yeah, today they did not have a great pitching performance. Flaherty, again, did not look good, as that's going to be upstairs for ball 1. They look up the NHL playoffs. 2-2, wow. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And Stevenson's going to chill at third. So runners on the corners here in the top of the 9th. As again, the Tigers have a position player on the mound, Jake Rogers. Jake Rogers, yes, he is pitching. I want to make that clear. So if you do want to tune out, that's totally fine. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there for ball 1, 59 mile per hour. Apparently that one was ruled a ball well in the strike zone. But again, it's hard to... Anyway, here's the 1-0. That's going to be right down the middle for a called strike. I watched Michael Pittman in college, and I just love the way he plays, and I've followed him on the Colts. What is your thoughts on him? Not a bad player as all. That's going to be hit to left at the warning track, and that he makes the catch for out number 2. And that is going to score Stevenson, so the sacrifice fly is successful. So it is now 11-1, and that's going to bring up Fraley. He's 2 for 4. He's batting .224 on the year, OPS of .729. Yeah, Pittman's not a bad receiver, I'd say. I don't know if he's a wide receiver 1, as here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1. But then again, he really hasn't had much like quarterback help in Indy. I'll actually look him up here. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for another ball. Why can't I spell Michael? Here's the 2-0. That's going to be hit to left, shallow left, on the run. And he makes the catch for out number 3. So only allowing 1 run. So that's actually not a bad inning for Rogers. As we head to the bottom of the 9th, and your score is 11-1. Again, this will be the last time I get to promote the channel here. But again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Again, I've been doing this since opening day. Yeah, I do a lot of Pirates games, but I also, bounce it around the major leagues. And, again, this is my 4th Reds game, 3rd Tigers game. Looks like the Reds will move to 3-0. Oh, no, 3rd Reds game, 4th Tigers game, yeah. So the Reds will move to 3-0 when I call a game, and the Tigers will fall to 2-2. So I don't know. Maybe you guys don't want me to do Tigers games. I don't know. I'll probably still do them, to honor my word here, but... And again, if you're a football fan, I'll be back on later tonight. DC Defenders, Michigan Panthers. That is the UFL Championship, last football game I'll be doing until the Hall of Fame game, as you see, July 31st. I already have it up. Chargers, Lions. Hopefully I see you there. And, of course, I'll be doing some more preseason games, but also some college footballs. I'll be doing at least 2 games every Saturday. Iowa State, Kansas State is the guaranteed one. You guys will vote for that later window. Same thing for that Thursday. I'll be doing at least 1 game, possibly 2. And then Saturdays, again, at least 2, possibly up to 4. And then the NFL season, I'll be doing every Steelers game, but also you guys will pick that later window. You guys will vote on that. So, again, Titans, Broncos, Niners, Seahawks, Lions, Packers, Texans, Rams. It'll be voted on by you guys. And that'll be the case week by week. So hopefully I see you there. And, of course, again, there's college football throughout the week as well, so I'll be doing that as well. As we're going to begin the bottom of the 9th, where the Reds are up 11-1. Kathy, how's it going? Going to try to get a Indians game later this week. as I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break from the Pirates, as I did them a lot this past week because I couldn't do them for like a whole week there. So I'll try to get the Indians for you. At least one game. I think the Indians play the Giants at some point, so that would be perfect. I can get two of y'all's teams there. Doctor, did you get it? Why would I get a Claypool jersey? Have to go back to work. Thanks. Oh, yeah, no. Hey, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being here. I'm sorry, of course, your team's probably going to lose today, as that's going to be inside ball, too. But thank you for stopping by, Brent. I really do appreciate you. And no, I did not get a Claypool jersey. I only have I have a Roethlisberger jersey. I have a custom one for me. It's going to have number 13 on it. Here's the 2-0, as that's going to be popped back. So it's 2-1. And then I did jump the gun. I kind of am a little bit of a hypocrite. The only time I'm going to do that, I was all in on Kenny Pickett. And, I have a Kenny Pickett jersey. But since Aaron Rodgers is wearing the same number, I'm good. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be inside ball 3. So I guess it's going to be me and between you guys, whenever you see me with the number 8, I'm just going to say it's a Rodgers jersey. And you guys will know, obviously, well, now he's lying. Yeah, no, for sure. I'll be sure to get Indians game in here as soon as possible, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. But, yeah, I think they do play the Giants later this week. So let me go ahead and actually look that up. So that's going to be perfect. Here's the 3-2, and that's going to be hit foul. I don't know if it's going to stay in territory, that's going to be out of play. Yeah, no, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, one of those games. We'll definitely try to get. Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. I can guarantee you it'll be either Tuesday night or Wednesday night. So I don't know if. Hopefully it's not too late for you. If it is, I do apologize, but I will definitely try to do one of those games, as that's going to be hit to right, and Fraley makes the catch for out number 1. As Perez is going to be up, he's 1 for 3, batting .286, OPS of 872. Thursday, I think I'm going to be working all day Thursday, so I won't be able to do the Thursday game, which I'll be free in the evening, but they're playing earlier in the day, like in the afternoon, as that's going to be in there a called strike. I was going to get a Caleb Johnson jersey, but I don't know if I should spend the money. Me personally, I'm actually not getting any Pirates or Steelers gear like that full price. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be inside ball 1. I'm not going to buy anything from the Steelers shop, Pirates shop, until they prove to me they can win. So, yeah, until we get the next playoff win for the Steelers, I'm not buying anything. Pirates, give me 500, and I'll buy again. As this one's going to be hit to right. No! What a play by McLean to make a jumping catch. Look like Odell there. That was a fantastic play. I thought that was for sure going into right. Man, you guys, that'll be in the Sports Center top 10 for sure later tonight. I don't know if they still do that. I say that, but anyway, the Tigers down to their final out, as that's going to bring up Javier Baez, and that's going to be outside ball 1. He's 0 for 2 with the walk, batting .281 on the year, OPS of 753. So 1-0 count. Richardson delivers. That's going to be in there for strike 1. Again, I do apologize. Wasn't able to get the guy here, Richardson. Really good. 1.4 ERA. 0-1 on the season. That's going to be inside for a ball. Whip of a 1.13. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. You have Kittle and Hawkinson. Well, I think Iowa. Or if you buy the NFL jersey, that's fine. I think that's a little different. But Steelers. I'm not going to buy a single Steelers jersey or anything like that until they start winning in the playoffs. So that's going to be outside ball 3. Now, again, if I do go to Pennsylvania, which I will be going to Pennsylvania in July, and I see like really good deals, like okay, I'll make the purchase. I'll pull the trigger. But nothing like from the Steelers shop. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball to the pitcher. Richardson's going to toss it to first for out number 3. So that's going to do it for this one. The Reds They don't fall below 500 as they move to 36 and 35, and the Tigers will fall to 46 and 26. I bet they're so devastated being 20 games above 500. So the Reds move to 3 and 0 when I call a game for them, and the Tigers, they fall to 2 and 2. So they're a 500 team when I call a game for them. Again, if you like what you saw, guys and gals, definitely hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps the channel out a lot, and I do appreciate you guys. I really do. Again, tonight I will be doing another game. It's a doubleheader today. UFL, DC Defenders, and Michigan Panthers. If you're a football fan, hopefully I see you there. If you don't like the UFL, well, and you just like college or NFL, great news. I'll be doing that later down the road this year. Again, starting off with Week 0, Iowa State, Kansas State. That's going to be fun. You guys will vote on the second game that day. I do a lot of votes on the channel, and same thing with NFL. I'll be doing every Steelers game, but again, you guys will be able to vote for that second window every single week. You know, again, same thing with Week 2 as the Steelers host the Seahawks. You guys will vote on that, again, second window there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'll get you a Claypool jersey, really. Stafford, that's funny. You know what, tell you what, send them to the Detroit fans. I know Detroit still loves Stafford, so you can keep the money. You can keep the money. I appreciate the gesture. Actually, I don't, because I know you're trolling. So, but yeah, no. You guys all have a great day. Hopefully I see you tonight. If not, it's all good. You know, that means you guys are doing your own thing, and that's perfectly fine. But if you got nothing else to do, I'll be on again for the UFL game. Hopefully I see you there. And you guys all have a great rest of your day. Hopefully your team wins, unless they're playing my team, of course, which I guess that means the Cubs. So no Cubs fans. Sorry, I can't cheer for you today. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Y'all be careful.